Review of Smackdown, March 3rd, 2020. Pretty much forgot the opening match. The first hour I hated. Ric Flair vs. Shawn Michaels was a good replay. Don't think it has any bearing on this week's WrestleMania. Not even near this week's. Uh, today's. I think it was like Lacey. I heard it was like Lacey and Tamina and Bailey. And there's just no. This is gonna be an opener. Like, there's no story for this at all. Can't believe they're using Lacey as a face, as Bailey. Like, heel Bailey. It's criticized in the beginning, and then people liked it, and then people they didn't do anything with it. So why should we care? That's the Mania. At least they're getting their paycheck. There's like Elias versus Corbin, and I don't know why that's a thing. I thought Corbin was on Raw, but whatever. Can't tell anymore. Don't know who's the heel or face in that. Both have died off. And like, what exact? Didn't have anything planned for Braun before, which is very weird. Like, didn't have anything. Maybe Tyson Fury. I don't know. I hear that they just announced that he's gonna face Goldberg with no build for promo, which is very weird. The second hour is a lot better. Starts with Otis' tag partner versus Ziggler. I figured Ziggler would have done better. It was better than the chemistry he had with Corbin a while ago, when Corbin versus Ziggler could have worked if Corbin was face, like an Undertaker role, and Ziggler was playing like the old school NWA heel that just gets beat up a lot and has good promos and charisma. And you want to see beaten up. But I think it was the opposite, where like it was an invisible heel. The problem with that field was that you couldn't have either of them lose. That hurt in any case. It made sense that they had Tucker, big of heavy machinery, face off against Ziggler. The ending was a little weird. I don't really care about the match. I'd rather see a segment. And you can, like, it's not a pay per view. They don't do any backstage stuff. It's really weird. I wonder if they're like learning Impact stuff. Otis versus Braun could be an interesting storyline down the line. It's gonna show like a video promo about Otis's fans, as prefers just people online reacting to Otis. I haven't. I think they showed some footage of it, but like they didn't really do much story, and like there's only 2 weeks between the Elimination Chamber and now. And like Otis is a big guy, but it didn't seem like Vince had any interest in this guy or Ziggler, even though they put Ziggler as a world champ. I mean, I don't want to see them wrestle. Maybe if it was like a hardcore fight or something, it'd be better. There's some Sister Abigail-ing here with a reveal that's too late in the storyline and desperate, and I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I mean, yeah, and pretty much would have had the same having no crowd react to it. Pretty much would have been the reaction anyway if no crowd was there. I think it's Sony Deville. I keep screwing up which black haired lady is which. Like, turns on her tag team partner, revealing that she screwed her over in the Otis storyline. Could have been a bribe or something. I don't know. It should have been focused on Ziggler and Otis. I like how Ziggler beat up people. There was like this guy behind the. Well, that's why they had a delete thing, because it wasn't because of Matt Hardy. It was because like some guy was showing footage of this stuff going on and revealed it to Mandy Rose. Or just doesn't get a moment with her. Maybe at Mania. That could be a big Mania moment. The whole second hour was a lot better. It had stuff I cared about, stuff that was current too. They had Danielson versus Nakamura unannounced, but at least you have guys at ringside. And Vince is stupid. Like, he doesn't realize this helps product. Like, it doesn't even have to be an actual crowd. It could just be guys at ringside, like your buddies, the wrestlers' buddies at ringside. I like the reading storylines. I felt like Keenan and whatever, they weren't talking about storylines. They were doing like color commentary and stuff. The wrestling could have been better. It was not a classic between these guys. I like Zayn, but they should have had him as like Keenan, then Danielson, wrestle Nakamura at Mania, and then as a backup match, Danielson versus Zayn. But like there's not really a lot of build up for this. Zayn sounds like he's orgasming, whenever he's saying like Nakamura hit him or whatever he's going. It sounds ridiculous. WWE probably has the rest of the triple threat, so they could probably use it for these three guys. Actually, knowing Vince, he probably doesn't, since like Cody Rhodes bought up all those properties, those licenses for like Bash at the Beach and stuff. I don't really care about the match. It's like there's no build for it. I wanted to see Danielson take Strowman's place and have him face Goldberg at Mania. Danielson should be the guy, and he's been the guy, but they don't push him that far. It's like Chris Jericho. Just sign him to AEW. Do a whole lot better. I don't want to boo Zayn. He's all generico. Generico. He had so many good moments in NXT. Why would I want to boo Sami Zayn? Because WWE told me to? I'm not a mark. I'm not a WWE mark. I like the fact that he's teaming with Nakamura, a former NJPW World Champ, and Cesaro, this guy who's this. At least they're using him like as a Swiss Superman with like the bald hair or no hair, like Lex Luthor. He's like a bodyguard, sort of like Diesel. That's working. They're doing their best, but they're just too charismatic. Same with Danielson. I want Trevor Arrow. This should have been a face versus face match. If they had Danielson versus Goldberg, people would buy Mania, in my opinion. It'd be dangerous for Danielson, but he'd probably work around it. Jericho did it. Bret Hart, not so much. It'd be a short match anyway. Goldberg wouldn't tap, but maybe run into the turnbuckle and get a roll-up pin or something. That'd be pretty good. Cena's promo failed 99%, but that 1% was really good. He was like talking about like, oh, he can overcome everything. And I felt like he was talking about the coronavirus situation, which is very weird. Like he doesn't like the situation, and he feels crowded and stuff like that. And then he was like rhyming, and it felt like very Fruity Pebble-ish that everybody hates about him. But I do see why they're in the main event opposed to other people, because like Cena draws the females and the children. He could have been a symbol of hope for coronavirus. And Bray Wyatt draws in the merchandise. At least they used to. There's people I know who love Bray Wyatt, but like they're not going to watch WWE in the middle of the coronavirus. I felt Matt Hardy versus Chris Jericho was way more enjoyable. And there was some teleporting, and I think some of it worked. Cena had this promo on Bray Wyatt with like Mr. Rogers and Wiz Khalifa and someone else's son. That felt it could have been heelish. I watched the Mania match. I felt like what he said makes no sense considering the Cena won that Mania, and he didn't make the most out of it. Just saying anything, but I'd rather see Matt Hardy versus Chris Jericho. No politics involved, no bearing, more fun. John Cena could do that with AEW, but it just doesn't. He's a very political, helps the owner kind of guy. He's sort of a suck up. Player like Rollins is being pushed because he's basically the VP, the vice president compared to like Triple H and Cena. There could that last couple seconds though sold me on the Wyatt Cena stuff though. If I wanted to pay, which probably won't because I don't need to really support WWF for the money. Albeit supporting Fight TV could be good. I'd rather support Fight and independent wrestling and MMA than like on Fox that already has like Disney money and pay per view. Or WWE actually paid for WWE Mania. They showed so Cena cuts the promo on being a bootleg Mr. Rogers and was Khalifa's son, and then Bray Wyatt comes out. The puppet stuff is really terrible. Master of Puppets. It was cool like how they showed it all over the place, but I feel it worked in an empty arena, plus like an arena where people could have seen that stuff happening, and the jump scare teleportation stuff in the end worked. Cause like there's no one in the arena like Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt teleporting. It was better edited than AEW did. It was more dramatic and horror, whereas AEW did it for laughs and amusement. Both had a good effect. I just felt like Cena protected himself at least by saying bad stuff to Wyatt. Like it wasn't like Rollins burying the crowd and stuff, so that he did well. But it felt like it doesn't help like he's all this time. I just didn't know the previous times they failed by alluding to the feud they had for the previous Mania. I don't remember much of the match, but Cena won, and I'll review the match later. But like, Cena won hurts that storyline completely. Like that wasn't the storyline going into that Mania ever. About him bringing the mess out of the Bray Wyatt. I felt like Cena was bearing Wyatt in that, like he was with this promo. He does a jump scare. Let's come out. He disappears. And those are kind of special effects you need with Wyatt. You need like Undertaker special effects, which is pretty cool. And that's how it reminded me of Matt Hardy versus Jericho. And how if you wanted to watch a Mania that's going to be unique, because all the special effects are going to emphasize, and the fact that there's nothing else to do during coronavirus. I bet you do have a lot of free stuff on like NBA League Pass and NFL Network and all this other stuff you can watch. Some stuff I'm not going to mention. There's free Epics and Showtime where you can watch Twin Peaks, complimentary at least on Spectrum. So I don't know if that's another issue about people want to pay to do stuff because they don't have to. They have all this free media. They still not necessarily enjoying it, but it will be a different Mania, and it will get your mind off current events. People are probably going to bootleg it.